Hey Facebookers and YouTubers, it's me, Kaylani, with another video you can like and share. And today I'm talking to you about, is he serious? So, I don't know, are you dating someone right now and you're like, is she or he serious? And really I'm talking about he right now. I want to talk to the men, and this is good for men to watch as well, because you should know if you're coming across, if you're serious or not. So we're going to talk to those quick 6 points on how do you know if he's really serious about you. Should you even be wasting your time? Should you be spending your time? Should you be looking forward to a relationship with this person, or should you call it quits with the dating scene with this person? Are you wasting your time? Is he serious? Okay, so number one thing is if he's serious, he's going to know that, you know, he cannot be in control all the time. You know, he's going to put you first. He's going to put God first. You know, so you want someone with God in their life, and that's going to, you know, put you first and things like that. You know, that sometimes he can feel a little bit uncomfortable so that you're okay. You know, it's not to say that, you know, he should sacrifice and, you know, risk his life and all this stuff and has to be this knight in shining armor. But, you know, if he orders some food and, you know, you don't have any, he should be willing to help pay for your food or pay for your food, your meal. So that's very important, you know, that he puts God first, because when times get hard, he's going to need to be able to rely on God and not just his own judgment. Okay, so that's very important, and he needs to be able to listen to you and to understand that, you know, he's not always right. Okay, and you know, so he's gonna have to be able to, like, you know, know that what you have to say is very important to him, and just listen to you, communicate, be able to open to your ideas and things like that. Someone that cares about you, cares about your ideas, not gonna think of you as just an object and like not listen to what you have to say, right? Number two is he'll make himself available. So he's going to, like, make himself available, like, for holidays or for Saturdays or Fridays on the weekend. He's not just MIA, missing in action. You're like, where is he at? Like, I wanted to spend the weekend with him. I know he's off work, but he's nowhere to be found. He might text me a little bit of message, and, you know, that's it. I'm not really getting the conversation on the phone on the weekend. You know, he only calls me at work. You know, he may, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular or anything like this, but I'm saying, you know, if they can only call during married hours, like I talked about this before, like when last year, me and my sister were joking about, like, if they can only call, you know, when, you know, it's not married hours. Like, if you want to see if, like, they're in a relationship or they got another woman, call during married hours, like around 10 p.m. and see if they have someone there, you know. So that's kind of the key. Like, he needs to make himself available for you. If he can't make himself available, it's always like it's got to be some type of an appointment, and, you know, particular time, always the same time. And, you know, I understand people work and they can only work during certain times, and they can, you know, socialize during certain times, but you need to get the pattern and see what that is. And if it's not just married hours, it might just be like, oh, they're only available like 1 or 2 hours, and they might be in a relationship. Some people are very busy, just businessmen, and are very busy. You have to understand that type of man, and, you know, find something to do while he's doing those things or whatever. But, you know the difference, okay? That's key. So you got to ask the right questions. Number three, he's going to prepare himself for you. He's going to make sure that, you know, he doesn't have a lot of ladies calling his phone. So when you're out, you know, if he does have a phone call from another lady or something, he can address it in front of you. Then that's cool. Then he's not hiding anything.
So that's okay. Okay, a female call, don't trip. Okay, as long as he took care of it and said, hey, I got a woman, or I'm, on a date and I can't talk right now, and, it's a business call or something like that, or somebody he didn't want to talk to. People do have stalkers, my people. People do have people that will call you and not stop calling. So just be cognizant if, he's told the lady that, hey, he's in another relationship, or he's got someone that he's interested in, then okay, then he's letting them know that, hey, I can't talk to you. So he's not hiding anything. So, like I said, he pays for your meal. He's prepared for you. He made sure that he had enough money put aside if, he had to pay for your meal and things like that. He shouldn't even want you to pay for your meal unless he's just not in that financial situation. There's a difference if, if you want to work with a guy that's not in a financial situation, but you have the money, that's okay to do. Just as long as when he does have the money that he will pay for you. So I would say don't get into anything serious until he can pay for something, and see how he does when he has money. Does he help you out? Does he buy you a gift on the holidays? Does he buy you a gift for your birthday or whatever? And I'm not saying it's about money. It's not a sack chaser thing. It's not a gold digger thing. I don't know what the young kids are calling it these days, but it's not about that. It's just, does he care enough about you to sacrifice and put some money away and buy you something, buy you flowers or something like this? Does he care or cherish you enough to do something that he wouldn't regularly do for other females? Maybe he's not the flower type of guy, but if he likes you that much and he knows you like flowers, he'll buy you some. So if he hasn't bought you flowers and you love him and you've been saying, I want flowers, I want flowers, I want a purse, and he's not tried to do that for you, then he's probably not that into you, and if he's the type of person that doesn't like to buy gifts and you are a gift person, it's knowing their love language, right? Read the book on love languages. If you're the type of person that likes gifts and he doesn't like to give gifts, you're going to have conflict down the line, because you're going to want a gift eventually and he's not into buying gifts, or he doesn't celebrate holidays, or whatever the excuse is. And I'm saying it's an excuse. I don't care what religion you are. If you value your birthday and you want a birthday gift, he should be buying you a birthday gift. And otherwise, then you don't need to be together, because you're not equally yoked. So just be careful of those things. And when you text him or call him, he calls back in a good amount of time. When you text, he usually tries to call or text back unless he's at work or something. You don't have to feel like you're chasing him. You shouldn't be the chaser. He should be the hunter. And men know this. Don't let them play dumb. Oh, I don't call. I don't like to talk on the phone. I don't like to text. Now, that's an excuse for I'm not really that into you, because if they're into you, they're going to do what's required, and they know what's required. The requirement to text and call somebody back if you like them, or somebody else will. So they know that. So don't baby these guys, and they're sitting there like, I'm not into texting. I'm not into calling. I understand if they prefer calling over texting. I understand some people are like that. But if they just constantly won't text you, call you back, they're calling and texting somebody, because people are made to have companionship. So they're calling or texting somebody, or they work a lot of hours, okay? And he protects and cherishes you and wants to provide for you. So he will protect you if you need something, if you're hungry, or you need if you need a calculator for school or something, and he knows that you need a book for school, or he knows that it's been a while since you've had your hair done and you really like that, and for your job you need to keep your hair done, he'll get your hair done or whatever. If you really need it, he'll sacrifice and help you with that if he has the money. Now, if he doesn't have the money, don't hold him to it and man, you won't pay to get my hair done. It's not about that. Now, man is not made to just get your hair done and all that, but if you need it, he'll be there and he'll do it for you if you need it. If you need a place to stay, hey, come stay with me for a little while, or whatever the case may be. Or if you need a ride, he'll take you somewhere. Hopefully you get those things and have a place to stay and a ride on your own. But if you do need it, then he should be there for you. If he's really interested and serious about you, he will do what he can. So
And lastly, he won't ask for sex up front. Like, guys that really don't care about you and they just want sex, they're going to ask for that up front. They, you know, on the first date, they're like, hey, let's go to my place or whatever, you know, unless it's a mutual thing where you're feeling each other, you guys are really into it, and you're like googly looking in each other's eyes and you feeling it and both of you want it, that's different. But if he just up front is like, you know what, I want to go to my place, guys already know socially that they're not supposed to ask for that on the first date and up front if they respect you and want a long-term relationship. Stop letting these guys lie to you and act like they're so sexually driven that they can't control themselves. They can control themselves. And if you've got someone that can't control themselves, that's the type of guy that's not going to be the person you want to be with. He's going to get you in some trouble. Eventually, you're going to be like, oh my God, where's my lunch? Because I need a break from you. Eventually, you're going to get there like, where is my lunch? Bye. Check, please. Because he's going to be so sexually driven that he can't even stay faithful to you. He has to go get it from somewhere else. You're only going to be able to keep him satisfied for so long before he needs it from somewhere else. He's going to need something else, some other type of feeling to take him to the next level of sex, because he's driven by sex. You don't want that type of guy. You want a type of guy that's like, you're serious about my relationship here, or with the relationship with me, that you want to get to know me, and then if we get to the place where we can have sex, then we get there, but that's not the first thing on your mind. And like I said, having that godly connection is important. I'm not saying you have to go to church every Sunday, but have a connection with God that you know that once you're with someone, you're not just going to leave them. Kind of like Will and Jada. If you've seen the Will and Jada Red Table and everything, and the videos with Will, you have to get through the hard times. The people that make it are the ones that say, you know what, we're in a lifelong relationship. We're not just here to be married and sign a paper that we're married, yet we're here to always be friends, to always have each other's backs, to always, through the turmoil, through somebody texting me, through some other guy jealous in my inbox all the time, through someone trying to kiss me that I didn't kiss them back type of situation that somehow some people end up in, whatever, or whatever the case may be. It can get rough out there during a marriage, especially if you got someone that's very attractive and everybody likes them and stuff like that. You have to understand that, they're going to be going through some times where people like them, and you have to get through it and be understanding. So, and you don't want a mate that won't challenge you. I'll just throw that in as a bonus. You really want a mate that will challenge you, not the guy that's just going to let you get over with. Like if you really hate the way that you look, and, not saying you hate yourself, you may love yourself, but you want to improve, you want to lose weight, or you want to gain weight, you want to get more muscle, you want to work out, whatever it is. You don't want someone that's like, oh baby, I love you the way you are. It sounds good on paper, but in reality, you're never going to go to the next level and meet your goals. You're never going to be happy, because that person doesn't know who you are and what you want. You want a person that's in tune with you, that knows, hey, I know she wants to be smaller and I think she can do it, so I'm not going to make her eat this or make her eat that, but I'm going to say, baby, you can do it. If you really want to change your diet, then stick to it. Just be consistent. He'll do research and say, hey, I found this, you might like it. I like you the way you are, but I know you were looking into it. This is a little something. Now, if she messes up and she eats something, let her have it, but say, hey, hey, let's work out a little bit next week, or I'll go on a diet with you. That's the type of challenge you want. You want someone like, okay, I know you can do better. I expect for you to do these things. I love you the way you are. I love you while you don't have a job. I love you while you don't have a car, a place. I love you while you're not the right size you want to be. I love you while you're working through your personality issues. I love you while you got your attitude. But baby, I know you can have a nice attitude. I know you can be patient. I know that you can go without calling me out of my name, type things like that. Now if you're being verbally abused or abused, physically or mentally, that's not a good situation to be in. You need to get yourself removed from that situation while they fix it. But if they just got a little attitude problem, like a lot of females may have attitude problems because we are emotional. That's the way we are, and guys should know that. So if a guy is using an excuse, I don't want to be with you because you're emotional,
then you know he's not willing to work with you through the relationship, and he's not serious. Now, if you're crazy emotional where you just fly off the handle with everything, you might just need to go somewhere and get yourself together, and you might be messing up a lot of relationships, and it might show as a trend that it's just not working for you because you have an attitude. So that's something you need to fix on your own. But you know, these are the things that you need to be looking for in a man, someone that will work with you. And I always say, trust, love, respect, honesty, communication, and knowing God over everything and praying together. Those are the things you need to have a good relationship. So, alright, so I hope you guys like these videos. Put your comments below and let me know what you think. How do you know when a guy is serious about you, or even a woman? If you guys want to see me do that video, let's talk about it. Alright, you guys can reach me at LonnieHadden@Outlook.com, or you can message me on Messenger. If you want to book me for a speaking engagement, definitely hit me up at LonnieHadden@Outlook.com. Thank you. Bye.